ever since Tim Hortons fumbled the bag and McDonald's took over the famous Canada's favorite coffee.
Well, there have been. Listen, this seems to be a tinfoil hat episode, but I had heard rumors for years.
This is another tinfoil hat episode. This is Sunday. This is another Sunday.
Fair. I had heard rumors for years that Tim Hortons used to have the best coffee, and then McDonald's came in and sniped them and got that recipe. And so what you're drinking at McDonald's is the old Tim Hortons recipe.
No, so Tim Hortons had the rights to Canada's favorite coffee, whatever you want to call it, pre-2009. This is before Tim Hortons was bought by Burger King and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like Gary Bettman, we talked earlier, we don't care about the coffee or the game, what's good for the business.
Right.
And so Tim Hortons came in, and they had the exclusive, you can't sell to any other major corporations like the McDonald's or the Burger Kings, just us. But we're going to go with the cheaper bean. And so McDonald's came in and said, hey, we want to buy some coffee. We can't do that. We've signed a deal where we're not allowed to do that. Well, guess what? We don't need your coffee. We'll just buy you. So they bought up the whole company. So now they own the company. And now McDonald's has Canada's favorite coffee. Tim Hortons has hot dishwater. McDonald's has Canada's favorite coffee.
I wish I had a better palate for coffee.
I mean,
I don't.
As you can tell, I'm a little bit of a sophisticated connoisseur, but
It is just a vehicle to get caffeine in my system. Hence the sugar-free Coca-Cola cherry that I'm drinking is just another vehicle for caffeine.
you, Tim Hortons, McDonald's, Starbucks, or Dunkin', what would you go with?
Whatever is on my way when I need a coffee. Honestly, I am not picky.
You don't care.
No,
You do a dirty double-double?
don't care. No, I'm one cream. No sugar. Just give me the caffeine. Get it in my system.
Dishwater with a little bit of texture.
Get my eyelids moving up a couple extra millimeters. As long as I'm awake, I'm good.
Has anybody else noticed? Tim Hortons has absolutely gone to the shit the last decade or so. But is anybody else bothered by the fact that you go to Tim Hortons, which was Tim Horton, the Toronto Maple Leafs star defenseman, and again, he passed, half a century ago?
Former Buffalo Sabre as well.
Buffalo Sabre as well, icon. Opened the first store in Hamilton. He opened it because he wanted to have a Canadian shop that made Canadian donuts and served great coffee for all of his friends to come.
Fun fact, Mike Myers couldn't use Tim Hortons in his movie Wayne's World, so he called it Stan Mikita's instead.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's good. But what's not good, you go to Tim Hortons, which is supposed to be a Canadian company, Canada's favorite coffee, and there's no Canadians working there.
Sure there is.
No, there's not.
Yeah, sure there is.
So if you notice that there's no Canadians working there, and I'll tell you why. So the Canadian government has a new incentive, now an old incentive, where for big corporations, the government will pay half the wages if you bring in international students or foreign temporary workers, which is why out of 2020 and the scamdemic in 21, you saw them say, we have a labor shortage. We need more workers. So they brought in all these workers. The government subsidized half the wages. So if I'm going to pay some guy who came from Bangladesh or whatever, I'm going to be giving him...
More often than not, it's either the Philippines or India. Yeah.
So what's minimum wage? Let's say in BC it's $15 an hour. So instead of giving you 15, I got to pay these guys $7.50. So the people that have been here in Canada that know Tim Hortons, have grown up on Tim Hortons, love Tim Hortons, and are patriotically Canadian cannot work here because why would I pay you $15 an hour when I can pay these guys under the table, these foreign workers, $7.50?
Okay, ask yourself the question, why did they need those workers? And I'll give you the answer.
They wanted to save money.
No, it's because nobody was willing to work there.
Okay, well, why is nobody willing to work there then?
Because they are too entitled.
Agreed. We can get into the whole problem of 2020 with the government allowing everybody to just work from home and expect everything to be handed to them.
That's exactly the problem, man.
Of course. But I get pissed off when I go to Tim Hortons and I can't have somebody that takes my order right, let alone speaks English. I just want somebody to speak English and take my order and have a coffee. I'm not going to go to Tim Hortons until they fix that, ever again.
I go to Tim Hortons all the time, and their English is just fine.
I disagree. Let us know in the comments section. What do you think?
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. We do a new podcast every single Sunday during the season called Slinging the Biscuit. It is a non-mainstream hockey podcast, so we talk about my hockey career, the minor pros, Spain, the Fed, you name it, all the stuff that you won't hear in the mainstream news.
Music,
Pop culture.
politics, a little bit.
Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you soon.